Hey everyone, bonjour et bienvenue à The Language Code. Welcome to The Language Code. Let's decode the languages with Nitika. So today in this video, I'm going to teach you which words are not pronounced, which words in French are silent. So, have you ever seen any French word and thought that most of the letters in the French words are silent? Let's take the example of the word temps. 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 In this word, you can only listen to temps. P and S are silent. So why, if most of the words are silent, so why do we need to learn all the spellings of the words? Well, that's exactly what French pronunciation is about. French pronunciation is about most of the silent letters in the words. That's why French pronunciation is a little tricky, but it's not too hard to learn. So without any ado, let's get started with the video. By the end of this video, your French pronunciation will be quite improvised. Trust me, watch this video till the end. So without any ado, let's get started with the video. Today, I'm going to teach you the 10 important letters which are silent in French, which you should not pronounce. So let's start with the letter S. If in a word, the final letter, the last letter is S, usually it is silent. For example, Paris. This is Paris. This is Paris. We pronounce it as Paris. It's not Paris. Most of the beginner students say Paris. No, it's not Paris. It's Paris. Last letter S is silent. Vous. It's not vous. It's vous. Vous. This is not les. No, this is les. The final letter S is silent. So it becomes Paris. Vous. Les. Paris. Vous and les. Coming on to the second rule, the second letter that has to be silent in French is the letter T. If in a word the final letter is T, trust me, it's going to be silent. This is not, most of the students say petite. No, this is petit, petit, petit. This is not est. This is A, simply A. 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 Petit A. Petit A. Obviously, there are certain exceptions, but for now, you just need to understand if the final letter is S or T, it has to be silent. Next, the third one is if the final letter is D. If the final letter is D, that's going to be silent. For example, grand, 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 that is tall. Chaud, hot, chaud. We don't say grand and chaud, we say grand and chaud. So D is silent. Now I know you have a question if it is the feminine version. Yes, if it is followed by a vowel E, then it will be grande. Silent final letter P. Fourth one is if your final letter is P, it has to be silent. For example, beaucoup. It's not beaucoup, it's beaucoup. Beaucoup. Trop. Trop. Wait, it's not trop, it's trop. Beaucoup and trop. If in a word final letter is P, it is always silent. Next, the fifth one comes if the final letter is X. If my final letter is X, like the, it will be silent. If the final letter is X, it will be silent. The, the means two and means happy. It's Now here two letters are silent, H and X. We'll be learning in the further rules that H in French is never pronounced. It is always silent. We'll be learning this rule also. The silent E. E is the most surprising element in French, I'll tell you. if your last word, if your last letter in a word is E, it's the most surprising element. See, it makes a soft and very elegant sound. Mahi. It is not going to be mahi. No. Nahi. Table. It is not table. Wait. Table. Porte. Porte. Grande. Followed by E. Then in that case, it will be, the E will be silent. It will have a very soft and elegant sound. Wait. Representing the consonant at the end. The eighth rule. The eighth rule is silent H, which I was talking about here. That H in French is always silent, is never ever pronounced. The H in French. For example, hotel. You just start the pronunciation from the wall. Hotel, hiver. Hotel, hiver. So you start the pronunciation directly from the wall. You don't start it from the H. H is never pronounced. It is always silent. D'accord? Now, so the ninth rule I have not written on the board, but the ninth rule is very easy, simple. We've already discussed that in a word, it's not compulsory that only one letter has to be silent. There can be number of letters which can be silent. For example, we did an example, there are two, H and X. Both of them are silent. Ton, I gave the word ton in the starting. Temps, ton. So here P and S at the end are silent. So it's not compulsory that only one letter has to be silent. More than one can also be silent in French. So that's the rule 9. Coming on to rule number 10, that is very, very important. Remember, careful. The consonants here, C, R, F and L. If these letters are coming at the end of a word, they are always pronounced. Always pronounced. Right? For example, awake. Hiver are neuf, right? So whenever you have the words like C, R, F and L, these letters are there at the end of any French word, they are always pronounced. So this is something you need to learn. Rest others are mostly silent, right? So just pause the video and try to read these letters by your own. Just pause this video here. Try to read these letters, these words given on the board. Okay, now you can open up your video and yes, I'll give you the correct pronunciation. First is Paris, beaucoup, grand, de, hôtel. Congratulations if all the 5 words were correct. That means you have already improvised your pronunciation of French. Learning French isn't about reading each and every letter. It's about learning how to read and ignore the letters which are silent. So that's it for today's lesson. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon to never miss any lesson of French with us. I'll meet you in the next. Also, if you have any word, French word that confuses you, just comment me in the comment section and I'll get back to you in the next video. Au revoir, à bientôt.